Scottish. Joey Moss, Bad Boy MTG, and if you found this video, well, that means you are looking for prices on the latest set, Innistrad Crimson Vow. Seems like just yesterday we were talking about Midnight Hunt. Well, let's roll with Crimson Vow. Now, the prices you're going to see on the screen, they have a tendency to be quite a bit inflated. For example, Ascendant Pack Leader, $6.85. It looks like what surprises me here is you see like the European, what is it, the pound, $1.83. Yeah, 183, not a dollar, but 183. It looks like there's like some kind of price correction there. Like they're smart enough over there to not inflate the price of their cards as much as they do over here in the United States, which is very interesting. But we're going to go with the United States pricing on all these. So yeah, Ascendant Pack Leader sitting at $6.85 is on the very bottom of this list. Then we have Savior of Oldenbach. I like seeing a Mythic in white for 3. It's legit. It's got the training ability on it. Is this the one that pumps up like the team? It keeps getting bigger. Trains exile up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard or no, leaves the battlefield, put the exile card. Oh, that one's got some trickery afoot. This one's not bad. This could be one of the cards that actually does go up in price. Right now it's sitting at 707. I mean, look, Europe even has it at 525. So possibility this is one to keep an eye on. Usually, almost always, there is a Mythic that just explodes, you know, and no one sees it coming. And it just jumps from like $2-3 and shoots up to like 10 to 15. It happens almost every single set, so something to keep an eye on is the lower Mythics. Here's Inspired Idea at 712. No chance in a Billy's knob is this going to stay at 712. Look, Europe's like 72 cents. Yeah, this one's going to drop to like $1 or something. You know, just buying cards early now, if you're in the U.S. especially, probably Canada as well, you're a sucker. If you're going to spend $7.22 pre-release to get yourself a headless rider, what the heck are you smoking? Let's be real, okay? Don't be stupid your whole life. Don't spend $7.22 for this card. It is a good card, but there's no way it's going to retain this price point. And when the dust settles, at most, this will be $2 at most. This is speaking strictly, that's a really good card. This is speaking strictly for the regular base card, not the showcase, not the extended art, no foils, none of that craziness. But you can see there are prices for those over here as well. So $9.75 if you're looking at the extended art version, you know. It'll show the prices right over here. I'm using Scryfall, by the way. I like Scryfall. This is a cool card, indeed, enchantment, big boy. But yeah, it's going to drop to like $1. Okay, Cemetery Protector, $7.42. Realistically, yeah, probably gonna drop to about $4 or $5. Human Soldier. I mean, any creature, unless it has some sick combo synergy with it, it is going to plummet in price. It's just how it goes. Creatures usually don't maintain a high price point. Blood Vial Purveyor. Not Surveyor, but Purveyor. This thing's crazy. Have you read this one yet? It's a 5/6 for 4. It's got Flying and Trample. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player creates a blood token. Whenever Blood Vial Purveyor attacks, it gets +1/+0 for each blood token defending player controls. Now, your defending player does get these blood tokens, okay, where they can pay 1, discard a card, sacrifice artifact, and draw a card. It helps them go through their deck. But this thing is seriously a powerhouse, man. You're going to have to deal with this if you're the opponent real freaking quick, because not only does it pump itself from it pumps from your opponent's tokens, but it's entering with Flying and Trample on a 5/6 body. That's insanity, man. Really powerful card. Watch out for this thing. It's going to make waves in Standard. I can't see how it would not. Unless these blood tokens, if your opponent needs blood tokens, then you're probably going to be in trouble if you're running this card in your main deck. Just throwing it out there. Geralf Visionary Stitcher, 81 cents. Yeah, again, probably like around $1 or so. Why do they do this? 809. Now, remember, this is what people are selling it for. This isn't Scryfall doing this. This is like the overall medium of what these cards are going for on the market right now. Very cool card indeed, but not worth that much money. Uroth, Tormented Prophet. If you would draw a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library instead, you may play those cards this turn. That's actually not too bad of a card. Only for 3. A lot of these legendary are coming out in the last few years. Have you noticed that are 3 drops with 1 of each color? I mean, I'm just saying, I see a lot of them out there. $8.91. Again, gonna drop to like $3. Okay. Howlpack Piper, maybe even $2 for that one. This spell can't be countered. This spell is nutty. Not this spell, this creature. For deuce, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If it's a wolf or werewolf, untap Howlpack Piper. Activate only as a sorcery. Then it has a daybound thing, and you can do it. You get crazy with the other side of this card. Can we flip it right here? I don't know why we can't flip it. There we go. We can transform it. There you go. And then here's the backside. Whenever this creature enters the battlefield or transforms, look at the top 6 cards of your library. Pretty freaking legit. This is the one I'm thinking of, correct? Yeah, this is like a freaking Elvish Piper, dude. In a sense. Really, really cool. This could maintain a $4 or $5 price point. Who knows? Somewhere around there, but really cool card. Cemetery Prowler. This is a mythic. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card type they share with cards exiled with Cemetery Prowler, 3/4. You get enough cards exiled, man, you're just dropping stuff for almost free. It does have Vigilance, which kind of who cares, but man, the power on this card, like just the power level of cards, it amazes me nowadays compared to how it was back in when I first started playing for creatures. Okay, other spells and stuff kind of stay the same, you know, some power here and there creep, but when it comes to creatures, man, the creature levels have just gone through the roof. A 3-drop at 3/4, just vanilla, you know, 20 years ago, that would be a really good card. You know? Whenever Cemetery Prowler enters the battlefield or attacks, exile a card from a graveyard. Yeah, that would have been pretty legit, man. That might be one of the cards that does go up, maybe. No, probably stays about the same if drops a little bit. Edgar, Charmed Groom. Look at this guy. Other vampires you control get +1/+1, so he's got the Anthem effect. He's acting as a lord. He is a lord. Charmed Groom dies, returns to the battlefield, transformed under its owner's control. Enters as a 4/4. Transformed. Edgar Markov's Coffin. He just got married. Why is he already dead? Maybe he's already been dead. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 white and black vampire creature token with lifelink and put a bloodline counter on Edgar Markov's Coffin. Then if there are 3 or more bloodline counters on it, remove those counters and transform it. And he goes back to the other version. Pretty freaking nuts, man. This thing just kind of comes back, you know. Yeah, you have to. This thing needs to be exiled, basically. That's what I'm seeing from this standpoint. Yeah, you exile this. That's the way to deal with it. It's a rare, 11.29. Over in Europe, 248. I mean, so yeah, probably like a $3-4 card when it all settles. Hallowed Haunting, 4-drop. It's an enchantment as long as you control 7 or more enchantments. Creatures you control have flying and vigilance. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a white spirit creature, cleric creature token with with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of spirits you control. For spirit builds, yeah, I think this is really going to shine, obviously, in like Brawl or Commander. I don't think it's going to be. It could be a main focal point in a standard build, you know, maybe a 2 of in the deck or something like that. Maybe even 3 of, because this stacks, right? Yeah, I mean, if you have multiple, wait, does it? Maybe not. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell. No, you're still creating. Yeah, if you have multiples of these out, multiple instances, you're creating multiple white spirit clerics that have that power and toughness. So, yeah, it can stack. You could run 4, but I think you probably like 2 or 3. You know, in a regular standard deck, maybe. I don't know. Then we have Olivia, Crimson Bride, 6-drop. What a freaking nut this is. You know, cheating stuff into play. It's got the flying and haste, but when it attacks, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped and attacking, then exile. When you don't control a legendary vampire, then exile this creature. Yeah, it's a 3/4, 6-drop. But, man, as long as you can protect that maybe or something, or be able to bring it back itself, you know, it's pretty cool. Yeah, about $8, I'd say. Avabruck Caretaker, 6-drop. Human werewolf. It has hexproof. Good for you, green. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put 2 +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control. Holy crap. There's another card like this. It's a 2-drop in white. Remember, it gives a +1/+1 counter to any creature you control. This one gives 2 +1/+1 counters to another creature you control, but it's also a 6-drop, and it's also a 4/4 with hexproof. So, yeah. You have to board wipe this sucker. Can we go back to that one really quick? Thank you. And then you see the transform side of it, 6/6. Other permanents you control have hexproof. So board wipes, so plenty. Maybe a silly green-blue deck where you could just counter when your opponent board wipes, will be like the winning factor in all this. I don't know. I think I'm going to try making something like that. Just splash in blue for the counter ability. Nah, you're not going to board wipe me. It sucks to suck, don't it? Better scoop, Something like that. And then run a bunch of cards where they can't be countered. There's not too many in standard right now, but yeah. All right, then we got Henrika Damnafi. Yep, price is going to tank on this, but 4-drop, 1/3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Each player sacrifices a creature. You draw a card, and you lose 1 life, or transform Henrika. Henrika, what do you become, darling? A flying death touch lifelink for 3. Each creature you control with flying death touch and or lifelink gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And it's pumpable. You can do that multiple times. You can do it twice. You can do it 3 times. Wait, does it matter? If you paid it a second time, wouldn't you get another +1? I would believe so. I think so. Maybe not. I don't know. That's a good one. Let me know. I can't believe I don't know the answer for that. Faithbound Judge, maybe. No, because it already had... I don't think it would. Faithbound Judge. This one's an interesting one. $5.96, but it's a spirit. Now, basically, for one of these cards to take off, it's going to have to appear like in Modern as almost like a staple in a certain deck, like a must-run 4 of, and it ended up winning or topped 8 a few times, in some tournaments. Then a card usually will get spiky, This thing, it's saying 15.25 currently. This could be one that does go up, It's only a 3-drop. This could be like the top curve of some kind of spirit build, who knows. Again, we'll see what happens. But that disturb thing on it, man, makes it kind of annoying. So, yeah, bringing stuff back is silly. All right, then we have Toxrill, the Corrosive. I knew this would be up there in price. Wow, Europe not really giving it much credit, probably because of the 7-drop. There's other spells out there that basically end a game. If you can get this thing on the battlefield for like 2-3 turns, the game is going to be over, rather quickly. And that's what you're seeing here with the Slug Horror. It is a freaking powerhouse, man, to say the least. 15.30, yeah, all the inflated prices in the U.S. Unbelievable. Why do they inflate so much? I have no idea. But this card I really do like, really cool. Cemetery Desecrator, 6-drop Menace. When Cemetery Desecrator enters the battlefield or dies, exile another card from a graveyard. When you do, choose 1. Remove X counters from target permanent, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. Target creature an opponent controls gets -X on turn, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. Yeah, it can be pretty gross, too. They're not giving it much faith over in Europe, man. They're saying, you stupid dummies in the U.S., man, $15.79, not going to happen. Probably going to settle around the $7 range, we'll see. Cemetery Illuminator. This one, I don't think I've checked this one out yet. Flying. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile a card from a graveyard. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. Once each turn, you may cast a spell from the top of your library if it shares a card type with a card exile with Cemetery Illuminator. Okay, that's cool. Deuce 3. 3-drop. That spirit's going to be a nice juicy one. Yeah, that's card advantage, in a spirit build. There you go. Cemetery Gatekeeper. We're seeing a lot of mythics now. 1970, they're saying, first strike. When a Gatekeeper enters the battlefield, exile a card. Exile a card from a graveyard. Whenever a player plays a land or casts a spell, if it shares a card type with the exile card, Cemetery Gatekeeper deals 2 damage to that player. Annoying. Almost like you can almost in a burn deck or something. Almost, but not really. It is a 2-drop Vampire Mythic. This is the second time we saw a Mythic 2-drop Vampire in red. I believe so. I'm not sure if it goes for the rest of the colors, but I know in Innistrad Midnight Hunt, they had 2-drops all the way around, like for the legendaries, right? If I'm not mistaken, for creatures. I believe so. One to keep an eye on, but 1970, no chance in hell. Not going to happen. Kaya Geist Hunter, now a 3-drop Planeswalker Mythic. Anytime you see that, you got to be like a little like, I'm going to keep an eye on this one, Wow, $33 for its extended art. It's going to drop to like 15 for the extended art. Creatures you control gain Death Touch. I like this one. Until end of turn, put a +1/+1 counter up to 1 target creature token you control. And then -2 until end of turn if one or more tokens would be created under your control. Twice that many of those tokens are created instead. Cool in a spirit build, man, and recurring, getting stuff back in the graveyard or whatever. Anytime you create a token, blah, 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 that would go great in a token strategy kind of build, a spirit build, and then the -6 basically wins the game. There you go. Maniform Hellkite, 4-drop, 4/4 with flying. Whenever you cast, this thing's good. This thing is so good. If it had haste, it'd be busted. Non-creature spell, create an XX red dragon illusion creature token with flying and haste, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Exile that token at the beginning of the next end step. You can almost run this, just a whole burn deck, and just splash this in there. Throw 4 copies of this in the deck. It's just a freaking burn deck. Yeah, that's all you got to do. There you go. You win the game. Yeah, this is a really good card, and it looks like Europe agrees with us. US 2247. I'm surprised they didn't inflate the price. This should stay between like 12 and 30 bucks. I mean, who knows? This might go up a little bit. Sorin the Mirthless. All right, we're getting near the top. Look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card and put that card in your hand. If you do, you lose life equal to its mana value. That's amazing. Create a 2/3 black vampire creature token with flying lifelink. I like because it can protect itself. And then Sorin deals 13 damage on any target. You gain 13 life. Cool. So, yeah, you get to that -7. You're probably going to end up winning the game without a doubt. Just close it out real quick. Like, all right, this game's going on too long. You're dead. There you go. 2250. They don't got a lot of faith for Dracula. This is the Dracula. I really want this version. Wow, how many versions are there? There's this one, 2, 3. There's 4 versions of this card. Holy crap. I want the Count Dracula one. Is that like a only special way to get that? They don't even have pricing on that one. So, is that exclusive to collector packs? I didn't do research. Apologize, guys. Interested, though. If anyone knows details on Count Dracula and how to obtain it, give me a heads up, man. I'd like to know. This is a cool card. I think Europe's a little wrong on this one. It's probably going to go up. Chandra, Dressed to Kill. We're right at the top now. 2365. Yeah. 3-drop Planeswalker in red. Very scary. It is. She is good. You can ramp up with her. Add a red. Chandra, Dressed to Kill. Deals 1 damage to up to 1 target player or planeswalker. Yeah, +1's not bad either. Exile a top card of your library if it's red. You may cast it this turn. So obviously in a mono red build, probably a burn deck, whatever. And then it's -7. You can basically win out the game. Any of the ultimates on the planeswalkers just win the game, you know. Then we have Necro Duality. Cool art. 4-drop. Whenever a non-token zombie enters the battlefield under your control, create a token that's a copy of that creature. That's freaking cool. So blue-black zombies are going to be pretty hot to trot, man, this standard. Plus adding to some historic funness as well. And adding to, you know, whatever crazy decks are out there. Probably a Scarab God deck, I would assume, in Commander. It's going to be a lot of fun. Or Scarab God, even in Historic and Brawl, whatever. This is a must include in those kind of builds. 25.95. Yeah, probably like 15, 16 when the smoke clears. That's a really cool card, man. Then we have the top of the list, number 1, which is Cultivator Colossus, 7-drop. I believe this is one of the cards that you can just basically combo off win the game. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. When Cultivator Colossus enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. If you do, draw a card, repeat this process. Yeah, I'm sure with some trickery afoot and some bounce effects, you could just make this thing go infinite or whatever the case may be, and you win the game. $29.74. I think this one's a bit overpriced right now. I do expect the price of this one to come down quite a bit, probably halved. That's it. That's all of them. I did 26 here. What's your favorite card? What cards you're looking forward to playing with? I believe this is the time I do get back into Arena, so you should see me building some decks when the set first drops, you know. The day after it drops, then you'll see me brewing up some stuff, and we'll have some fun. We'll see what goes on, all right? If you guys enjoyed the video, just leave a like. This one's pretty cool. I'm excited for Crimson Vow. I'm Joey Moss, Bad Boy MTG. Get out of here. Skadoosh.